from Eastern Iowa Firearms Training, and we're going to do our first review of a weapon system. And as you can see at the beginning of this, it will be on the Ruger the Ruger LC9. Been wanting to do one of these for a while and just been kind of lazy getting it all together. I guess the first thing I want to do for any of you that are into going through reviews, you'll recognize the format right away by a fellow online that just does tons and tons of these through the Nut and Fancy project. Never met the man, but I certainly have read and watched a lot of his reviews, and I appreciate his work. Honestly, I like his format, and I thought I would follow it, so hopefully he will take it in imitation is the sincerest form of a compliment. So with that, this is what I'd like to go through. Go through the purpose. Why did I purchase an LC9? While I am a geek and love all sorts of geeky stuff, it does need to be with purpose. And I'm going to unwrap it. Obviously, I've been through the box once just to see what's in it, but we'll go through that process so you can see how it comes. Some of my first impressions, take a bit of a walkthrough of the pistol. And then I'm going to do kind of a one-on-one comparison with a Glock 36. Glock 36 has been my personal carry piece for, oh golly, going on 5 years, I think. I like it a lot, but I was looking for something a little more concealable, a little smaller, but still with a good amount of oomph in it. And I'm hoping the LC9 will fit that purpose. And then once we're done with the benchtop review, we're supposed to have some good weather in my neck of the woods tomorrow. So hopefully we'll spend an hour or two at the range, take the video gear along, and we'll be able to go through the review that way as well. So with that said, the purpose. This is supposed to become my new carry weapon. I have a fondness for carrying with a tactical 5.11 t-shirt. I carry the pistol in under my left arm, and then I carry an extra couple magazines in the right. I'll agree that that's one of my disappointments with the LC9 out of the box. It only comes with one magazine. Not sure why they did that. They give you this goofy little carrying case and only one magazine. But I've got another 3 on order, so I don't expect that to be a problem. It's just kind of a disappointment out of the box. The purpose is for personal defense. This isn't going to be a plinking weapon or a range piece, although we'll see tomorrow how it works. But the purpose for it is indeed personal defense. Something a little smaller that's easier to carry. The Glock 36 is fine. It's not particularly cumbersome. It is fairly compact, and you'll see a side-by-side comparison a little bit through the review process here. But I was just looking for something a little tighter of a package, and saw all sorts of reviews online of the LC9. Went through and watched the reviews from the SHOT Show, and chatted with the fellow that is my gun dealer, and he said, you know, it may take a while to get it, and lo and behold, within 5 weeks he gives me a call, and his supplier has one in hand. Would I like to get it? And what a silly question that was. So here it is, the LC9. So let's unwrap this. Comes with a pretty simple box. I do have a couple of their 2245, Ruger's 2245 pistols for my training classes, and I like those, and I really like the packaging. I like the molded plastic box. It's just a nice rugged package, and the price point on those pistols really isn't much different than this, than the Ruger LC9. I think they were shooting for $443. I know some guys are talking online, they got them a lot cheaper. I paid $410 for mine, plus I also picked up the shipping. So $435, and I'm not unhappy with that price. It's fine for me. So anyway, we're going to open the box though. Like I said, I'm a little disappointed. It's just a cardboard box, but hey, there it is. Usual stuff inside. we got the manual. I do like their manuals. They're complete. They have a nice takedown of this one inside that I enjoyed. And I am a guy that generally does not read manuals, with the exception of weapon systems. I do indeed go through those pretty well before I go out to the range, so I got a good idea what to expect. Pre-fired cartridge. I guess that's standard in all of them now. This happens to come from a dealer called Davidson's, and they do offer a lifetime replacement through their company as well. So it's a pistol that's well backed up both by Ruger and also the dealer. Other usual hoo-ha in here, crap. A very large lock. Now if you look at the manual, the way they recommend that you use the lock on this particular pistol is that you lock the slide open, remove the magazine, and then drop this lock all the way down through it from top to bottom. I have a tendency not to use locks on my pistols, to be honest, but I do keep them in locked cabinets. And that's the trade-off there. That's just how I do it. It does, of course, have an internal lock, so you get the little keys that's used to unlock that. They also use this. You can use this as part of the breakdown, as a breakdown tool to remove the slide pin, so you can push that out from the side with that. And then it comes with the little pinky adapter on the bottom of the magazine, so you can get a little better grip. And of course, they have the flat off to the side. Finally, you get the little case. Yippee skippy, it's a case. Like I say, I would have much rather had an extra magazine. So we'll set this aside, and we'll put the pistol in the middle, front and center here. Hopefully front and center. It does come in a plastic bag. And I noticed the very first time I took it out, it was really oily. I have wiped it down since, but there was a lot of residual oil left on the outside of the pistol. Not a big deal either way, just kind of a characteristic of it. It is a nice size for me. If I look at how it's held in my hand, it seems to fit well. I'm not sure it would fit as well without the pinky adapter on the bottom, but we'll talk more about that tomorrow when we go to the range. We should be able to do a much better review. It does come with these little dots on the side, and there's all sorts of rumors on the internet. Make sure you don't get one with an orange dot or a blue dot or a white dot. And evidently it's just an inspector marker as it goes down the line, so they know internally what inspector did what. It does have the slide safety on the side. It also has an integrated system so that if you lock the slide back, release the slide, you can't pull the trigger unless the magazine's fully inserted. And of course the safety is off. It is a double action trigger, so there is a pretty good draw distance before it fires. And I'm anxious to see on the range how that goes tomorrow and how that all feels. There is on the top a loaded indicator, and the magazine release is nice and snappy. I guess the only concern I have with that is if you hit that puppy by mistake, that thing is going to come out of the base of the weapon pretty quick. So we'll get some better idea on that on the range tomorrow. Also has really nice sights on it, and the rear sights are indeed adjustable for windage, and we'll play with those a little bit tomorrow as well. You'll notice that the hammer is internal. So if you watch in the back of the pistol, you can see it start to come back. and then break forward. I don't see any big problem with that. Depending on how you carry your pistol, I suppose there'd be an opportunity for dust and lint to get into that. Just something you'd need to stick in the back of your mind. With the tactical 5.11 holster T-shirt, that's all made out of Under Armour, and there's not there's no lint there. Nice full-size ejector port on the side, and all in all, I think a pretty substantially built pistol. Now, like I said, I'm matching that or using that to replace my Glock 36, so you can see them side by side here, or maybe one on top of the other like this. There is quite a difference between the two. If we go through the mechanics of the Ruger itself, let's see, well, I'm just going to take this right off the Ruger's spec sheet. You can get it offline as well. It's 3.12 inches. If you compare that with the Glock's barrel length, the barrel length there is 3.78, so it's about a little more than half an inch shorter. The width of the pistol is 0.9 inches for the Ruger, where the width of the Glock 36 is 1.13, so that's almost a quarter of an inch narrower, and I'm thinking that's going to be well worth the investment in a different pistol. Capacity of the Ruger is 7+1. Capacity of the Glock 36 comes standard 6+1. I have an extension on it so that I can do 7+1, so they would be equal there. Overall length of the Ruger is 6 inches, where the overall length of the Glock 36 is 6 3/4, so about 3/4 of an inch shorter. The Ruger comes in at 4.5 inches high, where the Glock 36 comes in at 4 3/4 inches high, so the Ruger's a tad shorter as well. It does have an adjustable 3-dot sight on the back, and if you look at the Glock, mine has the tritium sights, but of course adjustable with the tool. Perhaps the biggest difference is weight. Weight of the Glock is 17 ounces. Weight of the I'm sorry, that's wrong. Weight of the Ruger is 17 ounces. The weight of the Glock is 20, and that's unloaded. That's both unloaded for both of them. So quite a difference there, about 5 ounces difference between the two. So I would expect a real difference there as well. I think in general it feels like a good trade. It of course has the stopping power of whatever ammunition you put in the Ruger. It does say that it's not built for continual use of P+, although it does say that once in a while won't hurt it. Not quite sure, not quite sure what that means. The round that I carry in my personal defense pistol is the Hornady Critical Defense. I carry that in both the 36, and then in my my vehicles or side carry. If I'm carrying inside, I carry a Glock 19 or Glock 17 rather, and I carry the Critical Defense for that as well. So off the top of my head, I think, and right out of the box, I think I'm pretty happy with this. And like I said, we are supposed to. It has been a long, cold winter here in Iowa, and I am hoping that tomorrow we are going to see some nice weather, and we'll be able to get out and do some comparisons here with some targets out at the shooting range. So for right now, that's it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate any comments that you would have, anything you'd like to see different, any suggestions you might make. Other than that, thanks much, and we will see you at the range tomorrow.